Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to a brand new video where we are going to make the expense tracking app from the scratch by using Flutter and Firebase. Now let's get started. So before we move forward, if you have an amazing app idea but you don't have a time or skills to develop an app, don't worry, my team will develop the app for you. So you can search for my startup name, which is an app crafting. At app crafting, we transform ideas into powerful, beautiful mobile experience. Whether you are a startup or a business ready to scale, we design, build, and launch your app fast, professional, and ready for the world. You can just fill out the contact form and get a quote. Just fill out your name, your last name, and your email and your requirements as well. And after submitting this form, my team will reach you out to develop your app for both Play Store and App Store. Before moving to the code, let me show you how our expense app will look alike by the end of this series and what all features we are going to cover on this series, right? So here you can see that this is the landing page for our expense app, and it has just written the engaging text like manage your daily life expenses. Expense tracker is a simple and efficient personal finance management app that allows you to track your daily expense and income. Yeah, so this is just an expense tracking app from where we can just track our daily expense and income monthly and yearly, right? So I'll click to this get started button, and this is the login page that we have land, and this is the sign up page. So these are all the things that we are going to create on this series, and you can see that the login and sign up page, I think so it's look really great with this awesome design. And we'll just move to the sign up page, and I'll just show you that how we are going to authenticate by using the email authentication. Yes, we are going to cover the email authentication on this series by using the Firebase. So I'm going to just enter the my name, which is like in Shivam Gupta. Then I'll just enter the email, which is like shivam22ckp@gmail.com. Okay, then I need to enter the password, so I just pass a random password. Now we'll click to this, and I'll just show you that how we can simply sign up in the app, and we register successfully and directly land to the home page. Okay, now here you can see that it's just written the welcome back with an engaging text Shivam Gupta, the user image, manage your expenses. So this is just like engaging text. We have passed expenses 1 September 2025 to 30th September 2025. So it's going to just calculate like which current month you are using this app. So I'm going to show that respective date of that current month over here. So if you are going to use this app in October, so it's going to show that 1 October to 30th October, I think so 31st October, right? So this is what we are going to do, and it's going to show that how much expense that we have done. It's going to show all the data like shopping, grocery, others, this month, this year. So these are all the things that we are going to handle, but let me show you first by adding the expense. So this is how we can simply navigate to a profile page where we can see the name, the user, like my email. Now I'm going to show you the how I can just add an expense. So I'm going to add an expense like for example 100, and I just need to select the category. So it's for the shopping, grocery, or other. So for example, if I'll select a grocery, and I'll just select a date like 13, and I'll click on OK. Now we'll click to this submit button, and you can see that the snack bar showing the text like expense has been added successfully. Now let's move back to the home page, and you will now see the pie chart. So this is the pie chart. You can see it shows that the grocery that you have added is for $100. The expense that we have done is like $100, right? Now let's move, and we'll add another expense for shopping, right? Let's pass 200. We'll click to the shopping, we'll select a date, we'll click on OK, click on submit, back again. Expense added successfully. Now let's move back to the home page, and you will see that some changes in the expense. You can see that now the shopping is like $200, grocery is 100, total expense is like 300, and you can see that pie chart shows that the shopping ratio and a grocery ratio. Now let's move and let's add the expense for the others. So I'll just pass 300. We'll click to the others, select a date 23 or 25. We'll click on submit, back again. Okay, so expense added successfully. Now let's move back to the home page, and you will see that the changes in the pie chart again. You can see that expense is like now $600, others is like 300. So you can see that the percentage that have been shown according to this pie chart, right? So you can see that while I was adding the expense has been changed from this month. So it's going to show the total expense for this month and this year, right? Now here you can see that there is one more section which is like income, and income has been shown in green color because you know that income look good when it is green on green color, and expense is on red color because we don't like an expense. Yeah, so income is on green color. Now here I'll just move and we'll click on add income, and I'll just add an income. So I'll just select a date to 17. We'll click on OK, click on submit. You can see that income has been added successfully. Now let's move back, and here you will see that the income has been added for this month, which is like a $200. Now what I'm going to do is that you can see that for the this month it's like $200, and for the this year also is for $200 because we have just added for September. But I'm going to just add an income for a different month so that you can see the difference. So I'll just pass 400, and here I'll just select an October. Okay, I'll just pass 15 October. We'll click on submit. Income has been added successfully. Now let's move back over here, and you can see that for this month it shows $200, which is correct. Now when I'll move to the this year tab, you will see that the income has been changed to $600 because it's going to show the complete income for that respective year, and it's going to show that the income for this respective month. So these are how all the tracking that this app going to manage, and these are all the things that we are going to cover on this awesome expense tracking app series. So one more thing, that if you want to get a source code of this complete app, I'll provide you the link in the description box and in the comment box as well. You can simply click to that link and can get a source code of this complete expense tracking app. And if you want to pay from the other payment methods like Google, Paytm or something, then you can just DM me on my Instagram ID. I'll just provide you the source code as soon as possible. And this is just a small contribution from your side to this channel, as I also need a small contribution from your side as well, just to keep going on this channel, and your contribution is very necessary for me to keep going, right? Now let's move to the code. So now let's move, and we are going to develop this awesome expense tracking app from the scratch, right? Now this is just not the first app that I'm developing on this channel. So if you have followed my channel, then you know that I have already developed like 30 plus variety of apps on this channel. If you haven't, then I'll simply provide you the link of the playlist in the description box and in the comment box as well, from where you can simply click to that link and can add some more of your apps to your resume and can learn more about a Flutter and Firebase. Now before starting to this awesome series, there are some points that I need to clear it out. Yeah, so you will say that Shivam, that we are going to use the Firebase as a backend. Yes, we are going to use the Firebase as a backend, and you will have a question in your mind that whether we are going to use a paid version of an Firebase. So if you followed my old series, then you know that I have never used a paid version of Firebase before in any of the series. In each of the series, we have used the free version of Firebase. So on this series as well, I am going to use the free version of Firebase. Yes, we are not going to use any Firebase storage and all, so you don't need to upgrade the Firebase to any other plan. You can just use the free version of an Firebase, right? Now this was the first point. Now second point, you will say that Shivam, what state management we are going to use? As you know that I'm not going to use any complex state management like provider and all, because I know that someone who is watching this video might be like beginner in Flutter and they are learning the app development for the first time. So I don't want to use any complex state management, just that they can't understand all the code that I'm writing over here. So I want to keep all the things clean by using a simple state management, which will be like inherited widget and class. So I'm going to use the state management, which will be like inherited widget and class. Now this was the second point. Now third point, you will say that whether the app will be responsive. As you know that the responsiveness is one of the main thing when you're developing the app. Yes, we are going to simply make the responsive app by using some responsive widgets and all, right? Now this was the third point. Now fourth point about a source code. So the source code link, I have already provided you the link in the description box and in the comment box as well. You can simply show your support by getting that source code. I have kept the amount so minimal so that each and everyone can get a source code and show your support to this channel, right? Because your support is also very necessary for me to keep going. Now the fourth point will be about an asset. So the assets that I'm going to use on this complete expense tracking app, you can also find the link in the description box, and you can just click to that link and can download all the assets. The assets are totally free. You can download them. Yeah. Now let's move to the code. So here you can see that I have just paste a images folder over here, and in the images folder I have saved all the image. Now just to call the images folder and to call the each image that we have saved in the images folder, move to the perspec.ml file and simply call the images folder. Now move to the leaf folder and we are going to create a new folder name which will be pages, and inside this pages folder I'm going to create all the page that we basically need for this expense tracking app. So I'm going to create a new file name which will be like an onboarding.dart. So I'm going to create a landing on onboarding page for this app, right? So I'm going to just write onboarding.dart, and again I'm going to import the package by using material.dart. I need to just pass a page name by using a stateful widget which will like onboarding, and here this is what we have done. We just need to pass like scaffold, a body, container, child and a column. Now here I'm going to use the image. So for that I need to use image widget. So I need to write image.asset, images folder and the image file name. Okay, so the image file name is like onboard.png. Now make sure that when you're writing the image file name, it should be exact. Otherwise it will simply create a problem, right? Now in the main.dart file, I'm going to call the onboarding page so that I can show you. Basically this is the image you can see over here. Now I just need to write debug show checked mode banner to false, and it will remove the banner from the top right position. Now this is the image you can see over here. Now here what I'm going to do is that let's move, and first I'm going to just provide the background color to this complete screen so that it will match with the image that we have passed. So let me found that custom color code. So this is the color code that we are going to use, which is like F8EDC2. Yeah, so it's look really great with this. Now I just need to pass like size box so that there will be a gap or space from the top. We'll just need to pass size box height 50.0, something like this, or we can just pass like 120. I guess it will too much, or that's enough I guess. Okay, so now I'm going to create a curve container, something like this. So to create a curve container I just need to write container. We'll just pass width by using media query. Now I think so you know the use of a media query. So media query is something that will help us to make a responsive app, right? So that's why I'm going to just write a media query over here. So rather than passing a fixed width to this container, I'll just tell a media query to give a container the width that will be a complete width of the screen, right? Now here I'm going to just write decoration, box decoration, colors.white, and here I'm going to pass child, column. Now once we do this, now here I just need to pass a text widget, and in the text widget I'm going to just pass some engaging text like manage your daily slash and just to change the line, and then I need to just pass like the text which is like live expense. Okay, so this is the engaging text that we have passed, which is like manage your daily live expenses. Yeah, now we just need to pass the styling to this respective text widget by using text style. So I just need to pass the color which will like colors.black. We can pass like font size 30, and we can just keep the font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is the text you can see over here. Now I need the text to be aligned to the left side first, but before that let's pass text align dot center so that it will on the center. Now to align all the things to the left side, we'll just pass like size box. Not to align, we just need to pass the space from the top 20.0. I guess that is enough. Now I just need to pass border radius dot only. From the top left I just need to pass radius dot circular. We'll just pass like 60, and from the top right we'll just pass radius dot circular 60. So I'm going to provide the border radius from top left and the top right, something like this, right? Now this is okay I guess. Now here I just need to like want the container to use the complete height of the screen. Now here, as I know that I'm making the responsive app, so I'm going to just wrap up the container with an expanded widget, and this expanded widget will just tell a container to use how much height has been left. So it will just expand the complete container, right, by using this expanded widget. So now here you can see that this is the text that we have passed. Now just below this I'm also going to pass some engaging text. Maybe we can just add 2 to 3 lines, just it will look good with that text all. Yeah, so we can just pass like size box height 30. We can pass margin edge insert dot only. From the left 10.0, from the right we can just pass like 10.0. okay, so this is the margin that we have passed. Now from the bottom we can also pass like 10.0. okay, or let's pass 20. So rather than passing the border radius like top left top right, we can just pass like border radius dot circular, and we can pass like circular radius which will be 60, right? Now this is what we have done. There is some extra bracket that has been added, so I just need to remove that, and this is what you can see. Okay, so once we have done this thing, now here, as I've told you that we need to add a text widget, so I just need to write a text, and in the text I just need to pass the 2 to 3 line text which will just engage the user with this app, which is like expense tracker is a simple and efficient personal finance management, I guess. Yeah, management. Yeah, so management we can just write, and we'll write app that allows you to track your daily expense. So this is just an engaging text that we have added, and income, expense and income. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now here, this is the text you can see. Okay, so and income, okay, something like this. Now once we do this, I just need to pass the text align dot center, so that all the things will align at the center, right? Something like this. Okay, then I will do one thing. I just need to wrap up with a padding widget, and we'll just write dot only from the left, because as you can see that it's simply stuck to the left side of the screen. So I just need to write dot only from the left 20.0, from the right 20.0, something like this. Now I think so we can just pass like 30 and 30, I guess that will be enough. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now I just need to write size box height, which will be like 20.0. This is what we have done. Now I guess that's look cool with this text that we have passed. Now here I just need to pass like a styling to this respective text widget. So I just need to pass style, text style, color. We just need to pass colors dot black. Okay, and we can just manage the color, just something like this. It's too less, so we just need to increase this. Yeah, it's okay. Now I just need to pass like font size, or we can just pass font weight dot w500, and we can just pass like font size 18.0. Okay, 18 will be too much. Let's decrease it down to 16 or 15. Yeah, 15 is enough, I guess. Yeah, so this is what we have done. Now we can just pass dot over here. Okay, now you will see that Shivam, you told me that we are going to use some specific state management which is like inherited widget and class. Till now we haven't used any respective state management. So now I'm going to show you that how we are going to use this state management, and that will make your work really easy, right? So in the text widget, you know that when we are writing the text widget, we need to pass the styling to that respective text widget. Now to pass the styling, we need to just write a color, a font size, a font weight. So there are lot many things we need to write. Now I'll just show you that we can just pass the styling to that respective text widget by using just two words, by using this respective state management. I hope it's very clear. Like, we can just pass a styling to that respective text widget by using just two words. Yes, you heard it right. We are going to use this state management now. So here you can see that in the leaf folder, I'm going to create a new folder name which is like services, and here I'm going to create a new file name which is like widget support.dart. Right now here it's like support widget.dart. We can just write this, and we can just write class name which is like app widget class, and I'm going to create a class name which is like an app widget. We just write static, and here I just need to write a text style, and then I need to just pass a function name which is like headline text style. Okay, so this is just a normal function name. If you have any better function name, you can just pass that. Yeah, so headline text style. Okay, text style. Okay, something like this. Now here I just passed a double size. Now the basic reason is that while passing the double size, as you know that when we are passing the text widget, each text widget won't have a same size, right? So we can just manage the size by using the double size, right? I'm going to copy this complete text style from here, and we'll just paste it something over here. Okay, now we'll just pass that size to the font size so that I can minus the size and all, right? And here I just need to call this, and here we'll just pass semicolon, and we'll just pass the size something like this, so that we can manage the text size while passing to this headline text style function. Yeah, so this is what we have done. Now I guess it's really look cool with this, but let's move to the onboarding page, and we need to just write app widget class dot, and we need to just pass the function name. So remove the bracket, just write headline text style. So this is the function that we need to pass, and we need to just pass the size up to 22.0. Okay, or we can just pass like 26. Okay, so here you can see that, let's first save all the file, and here you can see that by just passing this function we can just pass the styling to the respective text widget. So it's look really cool with this, and you can just write a clean code by using this respective state management, and you can see that it's really easy to write all the things in one of the class name, which is like app widget class, and you can just maintain all the things while passing the function to that respective class, right? So here I'm going to just create a button. So for the button I just need to write a container, we'll just pass with, again we'll use a media query, right? Now I just need to write decoration, a box decoration, we need to pass a color, and in the color I'm going to pass a custom color code, right? So here I just need to write color, and let me find that color code. So I just need to write color, and we'll write 0xFFEE6856. Okay, so this is the color code that we have passed. Now I just need to write a child. In the child I just need to pass a text widget. In the text widget I need to pass the text, which will be like get started, and here I need to just pass the styling. So I just need to write text style color, colors dot white. We can use the font size, which will like 20.0 or 18.0, which will also be enough, and we can just pass like font weight dot bold. Okay, or yeah, bold is okay. So we can just see this text and the container. I just need to pass the size box so that there will be enough space. I'll use the size box height 40.0. Okay, I just need to center this text widget by using a center widget. So I just need to wrap up with a center widget, and then I need to just maintain or increase the size of an font up to 24. Now I just need to pass the height, let's pass up to 80. I guess 80 will be too much, let's decrease it down to 60. Okay, or we can pass 80. I guess 80 is okay. We can just write margin as inside dot only, from the left 40.0, from the right 40.0. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now I just need to pass the border radius. So I need to write border radius dot circular, and we'll just pass like 60, something like this. So this is the button that we have created, which is like an get started button, right? I guess we can just decrease down the font size to 22, and we can just manage the height as well to 70. I guess that's look cool with this height, right? We can also maintain the height up to 80. I guess that's too much. Let's decrease it down to 20. Okay, so we can just pass like size box height, and we can just pass like 50.0. Okay, so I guess now it's look cool with this. And this is the complete onboarding page that we have created for an expense app, right? So if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, then show your support by hitting that like and subscribe button, right? Now here I just need to wrap up the container with a material widget so that we can just provide some elevation. So I just need to write elevation 3.0. We need to copy this border radius from here, and we need to just paste it in the material widget, something like this. I just need to wrap with the container again so that I can just pass a margin to this container, right? Something like this. Okay, so this is what you can see, an elevated container or a button, right? Now this is the onboarding page that we have developed from the scratch. Now we'll just move and we'll create an awesome home page for this expense tracking app. So we'll move to the pages folder, and we are going to create a new file name, which will like home.dart. Again I'm going to import the package by using material.dart, and we need to just pass a stateful widget name, which will be the page name home. Okay, so this is what we have done. I just need to write a scaffold, again a body, container, child, and a column, right? Body, container, child, and a column, children. Okay, so this is what we have done. We just need to pass a row, children, then again I need to just write a column widget, and we just need to pass like children first, sorry, yeah, children. Then I just need to write text widget. Inside the text widget I just need to pass the text, where I just need to write welcome back. Okay, so this is the text that I have passed. We can just pass the styling, text style. Again I can use text style. Now you can just use that app widget class to just paste this text style, and you can use some necessary functions, and you can just call the app widget class to pass the style into this respective text widget. I'm just writing the text style for now, but if you want, you can use that same functions that I've shown you, right? So I just need to pass colors.black, font size and font weight, something like this. Okay, so I just need to move to the home page so that I can show you basically what all code I'm writing. So I'll just navigate to the home page. Now here you can see that this is the text, but I think so you can't see it clearly. So before that, let's manage the color of this text. So I guess this look cool, and we can just pass like 16, and we can just pass the margin from the top so that I can see this text clearly. I can just pass like top 50.0. From the left I can just pass like 20.0. Okay, now this is what we have done. We can just pass like another text widget. Inside the text widget I can just pass the text which is like Shivam Gupta, which is like a username. We can just pass the username. Again I'm going to use app widget class dot headline text style. We can pass the font size up to 18. Okay, or we can just pass like up to 20. I guess 20 look cool. Then I need to just pass cross axis alignment dot start so that all the things will align to the left side. Okay, so this is what we have done, which is like welcome back, username. Then I need to just show the image, so that's why I've used a row widget. So I need to just write image dot asset. Okay, not over here inside the row widget. So I just need to write inside the row widget image dot asset. I just need to write images folder name and then the image file name, which is like boy1 dot jpg. Okay, so this is the file or the image that we are going to use, which is like height 50. We can just pass the width up to 50, and we can just pass a feed box width dot cover. Okay, feed box width dot cover, something like this. I think so we can increase the height. Let's pass like 60 and a 60. Okay, we can just wrap up the image widget with unclip react widget so that we can provide the border radius to this image widget. So I just need to write border radius dot circular. I just need it in complete circle, so I just need to write circular 60. Okay, let's pass 70 and 70. Okay, I guess that is enough. Then I need to just pass a maximum space between these two widgets, right? So provide the maximum space. I'll just move to the row widget, and inside the row widget I just need to pass like main axis alignment dot space between. So it will just pass a maximum space between the two widgets, right? Now we can just pass the margin from the right position as well, which will like 20.0. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now here I just need to just write a text widget. In the text widget I just need to write manage your expenses. Okay, so this is just an engaging text that we have passed. We'll use a /n so that we can change the line, and we can just pass a style. We can use app widget class, and we can call our function which is like headline text style. We can just pass the size up to 18, or we can just manage the size up to 24. Okay, or let's pass 30. 30 is enough, I guess. We can just pass like not here, we can just pass across in this column widget so that all the things will align to the left side, which is like cross axis alignment dot start. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass the size box over here. So I just need to write the size box height 50.0, something like this. Okay, or we can just pass like up to 40 is enough. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now once we have just passed a text widget and the engaging text, here I'm going to just create one container, and in this container we are going to show the pie chart. I hope that you know that what really the pie chart is, and through the pie chart we are going to show all the expenses that the user have done, right? So I just need to write a container. Again we'll pass a width by using media query dot of context dot size dot width, so that you can take a complete width of the screen. Then I need to just pass like child column children, and inside the children widget I'm going to write a text widget, and the text widget I just need to write an expenses. Okay, something like this, expenses. You can just pass a not a struct style, we need to pass style app widget class dot headline text style. We can just pass like 17.0. Okay, so this is the text you can see, but I just need to pass cross axis alignment dot start. Then I need to just pass the spacing, so we'll use size box height 20.0. I guess that will be enough. Okay, we can just pass like decoration, a box decoration. We can just pass the border dot all, so that I can see this container clearly. So I just need to pass border dot all colors dot black. Then I can just manage the color by just passing the custom color of an black. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we can just pass a width up to 2.0. Then I need to also do one thing. Let's pass the color something like this. I guess that's enough. Then I need to do one thing. Let's pass 18, and then we need to pass padding. Edge instead dot only. We can just pass from the top 20.0, or from the left we can just pass like 10. Okay, so I think so it's okay, 20. And now I just need to pass the border radius to this container. So I just need to write border radius dot circular. I need to just provide this circular radius to this complete border that we have passed. So we'll just keep 20. Okay, so this is what we have done. I guess this is the container, but now I'm going to show the pie chart. So let me write where the user can see all the expenses like they have done for respective shopping and all. Yeah, so I just need to wrap up the text widget with a row widget, and inside the row widget I'm going to show the amount, like how much expenses they have done in a month, right? So I just need to write slash dollar just to show the amount in dollar. We just need to pass style, a text style. We can just pass color, which will like colors dot, and not colors dot, we can just pass any custom color code. So we'll write 0xFEE6856. So this is the color that we are going to use. I need to pass like a font size. We'll just pass like 10.0, not 10, sorry, 20.0. You can just pass like font weight with like font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is the amount that the user have expend. So I just need to pass like main axis aligned to space routine, again that provide a maximum space. We can just provide the padding from the right position as well, which will be like 20.0, and we'll just pass 25. Okay, so this is what we have done. You can just manage the font size up to 20, and then I need to do one thing over here outside this row widget. I'm going to copy this text widget. We'll just paste it outside this row widget, something like this. I just need to pass the text, which will be like a text that will be 1 September. So basically I'm going to show the date over here so that the user can know that the expense that they are seeing on this container on this home screen is just like open 1 month. So up to how and how much date it has been shown the expense, right? So I just need to pass like this, which is like 1 September to 30th September. So it will going to show the expense of that current month, right? So this is what we have done. You can just pass like font size 15. Okay, so this is what we can do. Now here I'm going to show the pie chart. Okay, so where, as I've told you, that where they can simply see all the expense according to different categories like shopping, others, and all. Yeah, so we are going to show the pie chart according to the different categories that they have added on this app, right? So this is what you can see, that we have simply created a complete pie chart for this app, and you can see that how it looks really great with this shopping, grocery, and others. Yeah, and we have just show the percentage also, like how much user have spent in shopping, how much they have spent in a grocery, and how much spent they have done in others, right? And this is all the data that will be added by the user. Yes, they are going to add all this data by using the expense page. We haven't created the expense page till now, but you have seen in the starting of this video that how our expense app will look alike. So you can see that there is an expense page that we have created, and the same expense page we are going to create now, and that where the user can simply add all the expense, and that will be shown in the user side or in the home page, where the user can see all the expenses that they have done. Right now here you can see that there are the two things, which is like they can see all the expenses for this month and this year. So they can see the income as well, and we have shown the income in the green color because income looks really great on the green color, and the expense that they have done for that specific month, and they can just move to this year and can see all the incomes and the expenses. Right now this is all the code that I've written. Now I'm going to create a container, a decoration, a box decoration. Now I need to just move and copy the color code, and we'll paste it something over here. We'll just pass a width by using media query, and I just need to pass a row children. We just need to write container. In the container I just need to pass a child, which will like image. So I just need to write image dot asset. We just need to write images folder name and the image file name. So the image file name that I'm going to use will be like.png. Okay, so I just need to pass the height. Let's pass like up to 50. We can just pass a width up to 50. You can just pass fit box fit dot cover. Okay, so this is what we have done, and this is the image you can see. But let's pass decoration, a box decoration color. We can just like colors dot white. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So we just need to pass padding edge insert dot all up to 10. I need to pass size box height, so that there will be space from the top. We'll just write size box height 40.0. Okay, so this is what we have done. I guess 30 will be enough. Now I just need to pass padding edge insert dot all up to 10. 10 is okay, or we can just decrease down the height up to 30 and 30. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I guess that's enough. I just need to provide the border radius to this complete container. So I just need a border radius dot circular. You can just pass like up to 60. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now once we have done this, I just need to copy this complete text widget. We'll just paste it something over here. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we can just manage the color. So I just need to write colors dot white, and I can just pass the text which is like your expenses plan looks good. Yeah, so this is the engaging text, or you can say the text that looks really great over here, because it sounds really good to the user. So that's the text that we have passed over here. We can just pass like font weight dot w 500. Okay, we can use a size box width so that there will be a space. We can just pass like 40.0. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass like 20 as well, and we can just maintain the font size up to 18. And then I need to just pass the height. Let's pass the height up to 90, which will be too much, so let's decrease it down up to 60. Okay, yeah, 60 is okay. We can just do one thing. We can just pass the height over here, not over here. Yeah, so 90 is enough. We can just maintain the color. So let me see that the color that we are going to use is like D9 D86. Okay, so we are not going to use that much dark color, so the light color will look really great. And then I need to just pass the border radius. So I'm going to just copy this completely from here, and we'll just need to paste it in the box decoration, something like this. Okay, so once we have done this, I just need to pass the border radius up to 20. Okay, so this is what we have shown, a container and a text with like your expense plans look good. Yeah, so this is the complete home page that we have created for our expense tracking app and the onboarding page on this part of an video. But you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, then what you are waiting for? Hit that like and subscribe button and show your support. And if you want to get a source code of this complete app, as I've told you that you can get the source code from the description box and the comment box as well. You can just get a source code and show your support to this channel, and your support is very necessary for me to keep going. As I've told you that I've just kept the amount so minimal so that each and everyone can get a source code, right? So you can just get a source code and you can just show your small support to this channel. Now let's move, and we are going to simply create the sign up page for our expense tracking app. Right now, here in the sign up page, I'm saved some of the image. I think so you already have the image in the images folder. If you have downloaded the image asset link that I provide you the link in the description box, you can get it from there, as I've told you in the last part. So if you haven't watched the last part of this awesome expense tracking app series, I'll provide you the playlist link in the description box. You can click to this and can simply follow this awesome series from the scratch. Right now, here what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to just write image.asset, and here I need to just write an images folder name and the image file name. So the image file I'm going to use will be like signup.png. Okay, so I'm going to use this image, and I just need this image to use a complete height and width of the screen. Now again I'm going to pass a height, which will be again media query. So I need to write media query dot of context dot size dot height, so that you can take a complete height of the screen. And we need to just write a width, which is like media query dot of context dot size dot width, something like this. And we'll just need to pass a fit box fit dot cover, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done, and this is what our screen look alike. Yeah, I think so it's really look great with this background image that we have passed. So now once we have done this thing, now here I just need to pass like create account text so that it will look good. So for that I will just remove the column widget from here and we just rename it to stack widget, right? Now once we have wrote this, I just need to pass like a column widget here, and I just need to write children. We need to just pass a text widget. Inside the text widget I need to pass the text which is like create account. Okay, so this is the text that we can pass, create account. Okay, then we can just pass the styling. We can use an text style, something like this. Color, we can just pass colors.white. Let me see that if we have used any fonts over here. Okay, we haven't used any fonts, so no worries about that. We can just pass colors.white. You can just pass font size which will like 25.0, and you can just pass like font weight. Okay, sorry for that, font weight. We can just pass font weight which is like font weight dot bold, something like this. Okay, so here you can see this is the text, but I'll use a /n so that you can simply change the line. Okay, now here once we have passed this, I just need to pass padding as inside dot only. From the left I can just pass like 20.0. From the top I can just pass like 50.0. That will be enough, I guess. Okay, so here is this text, but I just need to increase the text size to 30, or we can just pass like up to 35 as well. So create account, we can just pass like exclamation mark over here, create account, something like this. I think so it's look good, but let's pass W500. Let's see how it looks with W500. Okay, I think so this looks much great. Create account. Now once we have passed this create account text, I just need to pass like a respective text field and all. So I'm going to just allow the user first to enter their name. So for the name I just need to write a text widget back again, and in the text widget I just need to write a name, something like this. We can just pass the styling by using text style, and we can just pass the color which is like colors dot white. I guess colors dot white will be enough, and then we can just pass like font size which will be 18.0, and we can just pass like font weight which will be like font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is the name text you can see, but I don't need over here, I just need something over here. So for that I just use the size box. In the size box I'll just pass like 90.0, something like this. Okay, I can just pass 90, or we can just pass 100 as well. I can just increase the font size to 20, so name or 24 will also look good. Okay, you can use W500. Let's see how it will look. Okay, so name text field, name text we have passed. Then we need to pass text fields where they can enter the name. So for that I'm going to just create a container, decoration, a box decoration, color. You can just pass like colors dot white. Then I need to just write a child, a text field, and in the text field I need to pass decoration, input decoration, border, input border dot none. So there will be not any border that we would need. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass cross so that all the thing will align to the left side. So pass cross line dot start, something like this. Now here I can just use the size box. So for the size box I just need to write size box height 20.0. that will be enough, I guess. Then I need to just pass like margin as inside dot only, from the right 30.0, so that will be enough spacing. We can just use the border radius dot circular. We can just pass up to 10. Okay, so this is what we have done just to show the name. I guess the spacing is too much, or we can just pass 10 over here. Now once we have done this, I can just write a hint text. I think so hint text will look good over here, or we can just keep it like icon. So you can just write suffix icon, not suffix, it will be like prefix icon. We can just write icons dot person, something like this. Wait a second, icons dot person, icons dot person. So this is the, you can see the font that we have passed. You can just pass the size up to 28.0, which will be enough. We can just maintain the color. So for the color I will use a different color code. So let me find that color code that we are going to pass in this respective font, that not a font, a icon. So I just need to pass color. We can just write color 0xff. Then we need to pass a color code which is like 3D 3E67. So this is the color that we can pass. I hope that you can see that color right now. Here once we have passed this, I can just pass like hint text. In the hint text I just need to pass the hint text which is like an enter name, so that they can get that this is a name field. Okay, enter name, and we can just pass like hint style. I'm thinking that, yeah, let's leave it like this, it will look good. So we can just pass text style. font size, we can just maintain the font size up to 22.0, which will be too much. I guess we can just pass 80. 18 is enough. I guess that's enough. Now we have just shown the name field. Now here what I'm going to do is that I'll just center this. It's already on the center, I guess. Okay, so why to write a center? Yeah, so once we have passed the name field, then we need to just pass the email field. So for that I need to copy this thing. We'll just paste it something over here. You can just pass like up to 20, and you can just write email, something like this, email. Rather than this, I can just pass like outline rather than complete person icon. Not over here. Okay, we can just pass like person outline, something like this. Then we can just pass like email, which will be like email. I think so. Rather than passing this color, what I can do is that I'm thinking that what we can do, we can use a different color, right? Not over here. Let me show you. Okay, so over here what I'm going to do is that we'll just pass different color, which is 904C6E. Okay, so this is the color, and we can just pass like bold, person. Let's see. Okay, now it's look good, I guess. Yeah, now you can just see the color as well, because last color doesn't look really good. It looked like a black color or something. Yeah, so this color just make it in the more highlighted form. So I just need to pass mail, inter mail, email. We can just write inter email, something like this, inter email, inter email, like this. Okay, so inter name, inter email. Then we can just pass some more text fields. Let's copy this back again. We'll just paste it something over here, which will be like what? The third thing that we would need is like password field. Okay, so I just need to write password, and we can just pass like icons dot password over here, password, like this. We can just write enter password. Okay, so this is what you can see, like name, email, password. Then we need to just create some awesome buttons so that we can just allow the user to just move ahead, right? So for that, what I'm going to do is that here I'm going to just I'm thinking that what we can do. Okay, we can just pass like a next text over here. Okay, or we can just do one thing. Okay, I have some better idea. Row children, we can just use text widget. In the text widget I can just write next. You can use the styling again, text style. Just pass colors dot white, which will be enough. Okay, then we can just pass font size 24.0, and we can just pass like font weight, which is like font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is the next text that we have shown. We can just pass size box height 30.0. I guess that will be enough. Okay, I guess that's not enough. We can just pass like 60, and here I just need to pass some more padding. So I just need to wrap up with a padding widget and just write dot only. From the left I can just pass like 40.0. Okay, I can increase the font size. Let's pass up to 30. Okay, so next that we have shown over here, and then we can show this button something over here. So for that, what I'm going to do is that here I'm going to create the button. So for that I just need to write container decoration, box decoration, color. I'm going to use the color code, which will be which color. Okay, again we are going to use this color, so we need to just copy this color code. We'll just paste it something over here. We just need to pass the height. Let's pass up to 120. You can just pass with up to 120, and this is what you can see. We can just pass a child. Okay, not over here. We can just pass child icons dot arrow forward. Okay, we can just pass arrow forward. We can just pass color, which will be like colors dot white, which is enough. We can just pass or maintain the size by using size. We can just pass like 50.0. I guess 50 will be too much. Let's pass up to 40. 40 is enough. We can just provide the border radius. So for that I just need to pass border radius dot circular, and we can just pass like 60 so that it will complete circle, something like this. Now here I just need to pass a main axis alignment dot space between, so that there will be maximum space. Okay, now here I just need to provide from the right position as well, which is like 50.0. Okay, or let's pass 60. 60 is also look good. I think so height is too much, right? So I can just pass 100 and 100. So you can see this is what it looks alike. I can just maintain the height up to 40. Okay, so this is what we have done. Next, and the user can simply click to this and they can simply sign up in the app. Okay, now this is what we have created. Now I just want to navigate the user to the login page if they already have an account, right? So for that I'm going to just create a row widget over here, and in this row widget I'm going to just write a text widget again. So I just need to copy this respective text widget from here, and we need to just paste it something over here, and we need to just write if they already have an account they can simply log in the app. So I just need to write already have an account question mark. So already have an account, so the text size is too much. I will just maintain the size, nothing worries about that. So I just need to pass 16, and we need to just change the color to black so that I can see this clearly. Okay, we can just pass already have an account. Okay, bold is too much, let's pass W500. They can simply sign up in the app. So not sign up, sorry, log in the app. So I just need to pass like login, something like this. I can just write log in like this. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now I just need to maintain the size by just passing 18, and we need to just pass like the color as well. So we need to just copy this color code from here. We just need to paste it something over here like this. We can just pass dot bold so that I can see this text clearly. I need to increase the font size up to 20 as well. Login, and then I need to just center this with the help of center widget. We just write main axis alignment dot center. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass size box, height 50.0. I guess that will be enough. Okay, so already have an account, they can switch to the login page. Okay, so this is the page that we have created for our sign up. So this is the sign up page that we have created just now. Now we'll move to the login page, right? So for the login page, I'll just move over here, and again we'll move to the pages folder, and we are going to create a new file name which is like login.dart. I'm going to import the package by using material.dart, and we need to just pass a stateful widget, a page name, which will be logins. Okay, so I just need to write log in, something like this. Okay, so once we have done this, I just need to, okay, so why to write a code again and again? I'm thinking that, okay, let's see. Body, we can just write body, container, child, column, and a children. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now here, rather than column, I just need to pass a stack widget, and in the stack widget I just need to write image.asset, images folder name, and the image file name, which is like, we can just pass like login.png. Okay, so this is what we can just pass. Now once we have passed this, I can just pass the height by again media query. So I just need to run media query dot of context dot size dot height. We can just pass with media query dot of context dot size dot width. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass a feed box feed dot cover so that it can completely cover the screen. Okay, now we just move to the main.dart and we'll switch to the login page, something like this, so that I can show you basically what all code I'm writing. So this is what image, background image that we are going to use for the login page. Right now here I'll just move to the login.dart page, and what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to just write here text which will like welcome back. So for that I'm going to just write a column widget children. I just need to use a text widget. Inside the text widget I just need to write welcome back. We can just pass the styling, text style. You can just pass the color, which is like colors dot white. We can use the font size 24.0, and we can just maintain font weight, which is like font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we can use a /n so that you can simply change the line /n. Then I need to do one thing. I just need to wrap up with a row widget, and in the row widget I just need to pass main axis alignment dot end, something like this. I need to increase the font size up to 34. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just wrap up with a padding widget. We can just write dot only from the left, not from the left, from the right we can just pass 30.0. From the top we can just pass like 50.0, which is enough. Okay, just pass like 50 as well, and from the top let's pass 80 or 90. 90 is enough. I just align this, so I'll just write text align dot center, something like this. Welcome back, you can just pass like up to 40. Okay, so this is what we have passed, like welcome back text. Now once we have done this thing, now here I'm going to allow the user to simply enter their name, not name, email ID, right? So why to write the thing again and again? So what I'm going to do is that we'll move to the sign up page, and I'm going to copy this respective email field that we need. So I just need to copy this field and all. So let me copy this first, and we'll move back to the login page. And in this login page, what I am going to do, we just need to paste it like this. Email, we can use the cross so that all the thing will align to the left side. We can use cross axis alignment dot start, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass from the left position as well. We can just pass like 30.0, which will be enough. Padding left 30.0. okay, one thing we can do over here, we can just wrap up this with a padding widget. We can just write dot only from the left. We can just pass like 30.0. okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass the size box, so copy this, we'll just paste it something over here. We can just pass like up to 50. okay, we'll just pass like up to 50. okay, 50, or we just pass like 120. 200 is also enough, right? 200 is enough. We can just pass 180 as well. Okay, now we can just change the color of this text so that I can see the things clearly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is that first change the color. So the color that I'm going to keep will be the color, let me found that color code. So the color that I'm going to pass it over here will be like 0xFF, and I can just pass like 3F3D65. okay, so this is the color that we are going to pass email, and this is how we can show the email. Then after this, we need to allow the user to enter the password, right? So I just need to copy this respective text widget from here. We just need to paste it something over here. We can just pass like up to 30. We can just pass like password, okay, something like this. Now once we have passed this, now here what I'm thinking that we can create another field. okay, we can do one thing. Let's copy this container first. We'll just paste it over here. okay, what if we just remove this from here? okay, and this as well. Let's see how it will look. I'm just trying the thing like how it will look. okay, we can just change the text to password, I mean the icon to password. We can just pass like enter password. okay, and then the text color as well. So I just need to pass the color, and I need to just copy the color. We need to copy this color something like this, and we are going to paste it something over here. okay, so this is what we have done, and then I need to just pass like a font weight, which is like font weight dot bold. okay, so this is what we can see. We can just pass the spacing first, so we'll just pass size box height 20.0. I guess that will be enough. Enter password. We can just push the password from top as well. Let's pass 50. okay, enter password. Just maintain the height up to 10. okay, so this is what we have done to allow the user to enter the password. I think so you can see that much clearly. okay, I think so it's look good, right? Enter the password. Now once we have done this, we can just pass a sign up, and in this sign up I'm going to just copy this thing that we don't need. okay, we don't need, we need. yeah, so I just need to paste it over here, and then I need to change the color to black. You can just pass colors dot black. or we can keep the color this color as well. Okay, so let's copy this color, we'll just paste it something over here. Okay, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can use the size box again, so I'll just write size box height 50.0. I guess that will be enough. Okay, so next, then we can just add a switching thing also. So for that I'm going to just copy this complete row from here. We'll just move to the login page, we'll just paste it something over here. So don't have an account, they don't have an account, they can switch to the sign up page. Okay, sign up page. So this is what we have created. Now I just need to pass wrap with widget gesture detector, and we just need to allow the user to navigate to which page, which will be like sign up page. So I just need to write navigator dot push, and we'll just need to pass material page root. We can just pass context, and we are going to push the user to the sign up page. Okay, something like this. Okay, so I need to just copy this complete navigation function, and we need to just move to the sign up page. We just need to wrap up with a login widget, something like this. Gesture detector. In the on tap method, I can just pass like this, and we can just pass like login. Okay, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done, and you can see that we can simply switch to the login page and back to the sign up page. And this is the login and sign up page that we have created, and I think so it's look really great with this design. So if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, then what you are waiting for? Hit that like and subscribe button and show your support, and by hitting that subscribe button, be the part of this awesome Flutter family, where we are going to create some more awesome apps on this channel, because I am trying my best to create as variety of apps on this channel. You can follow them and can be the part of this awesome Flutter family. And if you want to get a source code, I'll provide you the link in the description box and in the comment box as well, from where you can simply get a source code and can show your simple support to this channel. Let's move to the Firebase, and we'll add that project over there. Yeah, so this is the Firebase, and we need to just enter the project name. So I just need to write expense app, something like this. I hope that spelling is correct. Now we'll click to this, click on continue back again. We'll use default account for Firebase, click on create project. So as you can see that Firebase is preparing our project. So wait for a few seconds until it is done, right? So once it is done, click on continue, and we'll land to the Firebase console, where you can see that we'll click to this add app, and you can see that we can connect the iOS, Apple and web app, right? So we'll move to the iOS first, then we'll move to the Android, right? So first let's connect the iOS device. So here you can see that it simply asks an Apple bundle ID. So we need to just open the Xcode from here, and Xcode is launching. Move to the runner, signing and capabilities. Now we need to just copy the bundle identifier from here, and we need to just paste it in the Xcode, right? So we need to just copy this bundle identifier from here, and after copying this, just paste it in Apple bundle ID section. Click on register app, and it will just take a few seconds to load, and it will give one file which is like Google service-info.plist file. So you just need to download this file from here, and if you have any older file with the same name, just remove that first, and we need to just rename this file back to the same name. Now we need to just paste it below the info and click on finish. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now once we do this, now we'll close this, and we'll click on next, continue to the console. So here you can see that we have just connected the iOS app. Now let's move with an Android app. So it's asked us an Android package name. So for the Android package name, we'll move to the Android app buildgradle.kts file, and we need to just copy this application ID from here, and we need to just paste it in the Android package name. Now click on to the register app, and it will just take few seconds to load. Okay, so it's loading. Now download this google-services.json file from here, and again if you have older file with the same name, just remove that one, and we can just rename this with a same name that we have before. Yeah, and we need to just paste it in Android app folder, something like this. Now once we do this, click on next, back again, and here we need to copy this plugin. We need to move to the setting gradle.kts, and we need to just paste it in the plugin section, something like this. Now we need to copy this plugin from here, and we need to just move to the buildgradle.kts, and in the plugin section again paste it something over here. Okay, so these are all the things that we have done. Now I think so we can just move to the login page. Okay, so we'll click to the next, continue to the console. So here you can see that we have successfully connected the iOS and Android app, but the work doesn't end here because we need to do some of the settings. So here we'll move to the authentication section, click on get started button, and we need to enable email authentication so that we can use the email authentication in our app, right? So we'll just click on enable, click on save. Okay, so email and password has been enabled. Now let's move, and we'll move with an with a Firestore database, right? So we are going to upload the data to the cloud Firestore, which is totally free. That you need to upgrade the Firebase to any version to use the cloud Firestore. Cloud Firestore is totally free. So we click to the next, we'll click on create. So it will take some time to set up some security rules, and wait for a few seconds until we get a security rules, right? Okay, so here it is. We'll just move to the rules section, and in the rules, please do not forget to change the rules from false to true, otherwise it will simply create a problem to upload a data to the cloud Firestore. Now click on publish button, and it will just take a few seconds to highlight these changes, and here it is done. And once we have done this thing, we need to move to the Pub.dev website, and here we need to copy some of the necessary packages from here, which is like a Firebase core. So this is the first package that we need to use the core functionality of an Firebase in our Flutter app. So move to the installing. Now we need to just copy this package from here, and we need to move to the pub.spec.ml file and just paste it something over here. So this is the package that we need. Then we need a Firebase authentication. Now this package will help us to add authentication in our Flutter app. So just copy this package from here, we need to just paste it something over here. So these are the two packages. Now next package will be like random string. Now this package will help us to provide the unique string to the each user. Now you will say that Shivam, why we are providing the unique string to the each user? So it's very necessary to provide the unique string to the each user, because as I want to tell you that, for example, if there are two users with the same name like Shivam and Shivam, but we want to like track the first Shivam details and a second Shivam details, so we can't track with a name because both the users name are same. So what I'm going to do is that we are going to provide the unique ID to the each user so that we can track their status that they are doing on this app, right? So that's are all the things why we are going to provide the unique ID to the each user. Now the thing, we need a shared preference. Now this is also a package that will help us to save a data locally. Now you will again say that Shivam, we are using the Firebase, so why we are storing the data locally? So that's a good question. So we are going to store our data locally. That will be like a username, his specific ID, his email and all. Now the reason behind this is very clear, because to get these small things we can't call again from the server, because it need to write lots of code again and again to get these small things from the server. So we are going to store this all strings locally, and it's going to take, I think so, byte of space, and it's very less space that they are going to take just to store this string. So that's why I'm going to use a shared preference package. I hope it's very clear. Now I think so these are the four packages. Now the main package that we have left behind, which is like in cloud Firestore, to upload our data to the Firestore database. Okay, so move over here, move to the installing. Now just copy this package from here and just paste it something over here. So these are all the 5 packages that we would need right now, but later on we'll see that if we need anything extra, right? So we'll just move to the main.dart file, and we just need to write here async, and we need to just write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialize. Please do not forget to write these lines, otherwise it will simply create a problem, right? So I just need to write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized. We need to just pass await Firebase. So let's first run the package, because we haven't run the package till now. Yeah, so we need to just run the package from here, and then I can just write a Firebase over here. So I just need to write Firebase dot initialize app, something like this. So once we have done this thing, now our app is simply connected with a Firebase. Now we can simply use the Firebase as a backend, right? Now here we'll move to the sign up page, and in the sign up page I'm going to simply write all the code that we need for like email authentication. I'm not going to show you the complete process or the complete code. I'll explain you what all registration function did and what register function do, yeah, and what all things that we have written in registration function. So I'm going to tell you about all the things. Here you can see that I've wrote a registration function, and through this registration function the user will simply sign up in the app. Yeah, I'll just explain you basically what all code I'm written. So let's move to the sign up page first, and here you can see that there are the three text fields, which is like name, email and the password. Okay, so there are the three text fields. Now when the user will enter the name, the email and the password, I need to get the text that they have entered on the respective text field, right? So here comes the usage of an text editing controller. Now the text editing controller will help us to control the text that the user going to enter in the respective text field, right? So that's the main usage of an text editing controller, right? So here I just need to write a string, email and password and the name. So I wrote a three strings where I can store all the data that the user going to enter in the respective text field. I hope it's very clear. Now we'll move over here, and in the registration function I have wrote that if all the text fields should be filled, yeah, like none of the text fields should be empty. So I've just written that password controller.text should not be empty. I mean that password text field should not be empty. If it is not, then, and the same for the name and email, and if all the three text fields are filled, then we are going to move with a try catch. Okay, so let me explain what really the try catch is. So try catch is something, a function that will simply help us to create, like for example, if we'll move to the try, yeah, and the user try to authenticate with an email and the password, but for example there, if there will be any errors they have done over here and we need to just catch that error, so we need to use a catch method, which is like in catch method you can see over here, and we need to just check that if the password entered by the user is weak. So if they enter the weak password, then we need to just show that password provided is too weak. Now for example, if they use the email that they have used before to sign up in the app, and we need to just check that if email already in use, then we need to just show the text which is like account already exists. Okay, so these are all the things that how we are going to handle these things, right? Now here you can see that this is a map. So this is the map that we have created. Now you will say that Shiv, what is a map? So map is a combination of key and value pair. So name is the key, and the value that we are going to pass is like the name we are getting from the name text field. So as you know that we just need to write name controller, and dot text will help us to get a text from a name controller function, right? So this is how we can just create a map, and in the map we are going to just pass a name, email and the ID. So these are all the data that we are going to upload in the cloud Firestore. Now what is this, which is like a string ID random alphanumeric 10. So as I've told you that we are going to provide the unique ID to the each user. So this string ID will help us to provide the unique ID to the each user, right? Now once we do this, we have just created a function name, it's like database methods dot add user info. Now let's move to this function, and you can see that this is the function that we have created, where you can see there is a users collection document ID, and we have just used a set method so that we can simply set all the users data, right? So here you can see that this is a map, which is like user info map string ID. So we are going to create a users collection, and in the users collection we are going to add one by one users data, right? So these are all the things that we need to handle. Now here you can see that I've just created one more file, which is like shared preference, and as I've told you the use of a shared preference, that we are going to store a data locally by using a shared preference. So here I'm going to just store the user ID, his name, his email in the shared preference. So that's all the things, and it's very easy. And you can see that shared preference helper dot save, we are going to save user ID dot save username, his name and the email ID, right? Now once we do all this thing, we are going to show the green light that like they have simply registered successfully. Then we need to show the text which is like register successfully with a snack bar, and we need to just show the green light with a green color, right? And we need to just push the user once they have successfully signed up in the app, right? So these are all the things that makes really simple, and we need to just pass the controller in the each text field so that we can handle all the text that the user are going to enter, right? Now this is the, like when they tap to this, I just need to call the thing like all the field should be filled, and if it is done, then we are going to just store them in the respective string that I've shown you, and we need to just call a registration function. I hope it's very clear. Now we are going to just test that a sign up page how it's working. Now I want to tell you that if you have just added a Firebase right now and the package is from the Pub.dev, please do not hot reload or hot restart the app, because it's not going to work. It will just show the missing plugin error. So you just need to close all the like VS code, not VS code, you can just close the emulator and relaunch the emulator, and we need to just launch the app again, right? So that it's going to like load all the packages that you have used. Yeah. So these are all the things that you need to do. I've already done that. So I'm going to show you how our sign up page is working, right? I mean the sign up page is working here. So here I just need to enter the my name. So I'll just write Shivam Gupta, something like this. I need to just enter the random email ID. So I'll just need to write random email ID, something like this. Then a password. You can see the password is not in dotted form and it's not look much more secure. So what I need to do, we need to just move to the password, and here we need to just pass like of secure text to true. And by passing this, the text password that have been shown over here will be shown in the dotted form. Now we'll click to this arrow and you will see that it simply allows us to register in the app. Okay, so it's taking some time. Yeah, so here you can see that we have registered successfully and directly moved to the home page of the app. So our sign up page is working brilliantly. Now let's move back with same with the login page. Okay, so in the login page again I've used the login function, and in this login function you can see that again we have just pressed a try catch, and know the use of that. This function will simply first try with a function. If there will be an error, we need to just catch the error, right? So that's a basic use of and try catch. So here I just write that await Firebase instant or sign in with email and password. So I've just passed the email and the password, and we are going to just allow the user to enter the email and password and try to sign in with email and password function, right? So once they do this, I'm going to just allow the user to navigate to the home page, right? Now once they do this, I'm going to simply catch the error. Now how I'm going to catch the error, we are going to check that if, for example, if they've used the same wrong email and user has been not found, then we are going to check past that no user found for that email. And for example, if they are entering the wrong password, we are going to show that wrong password provided by the user. So this is how we are going to catch the error, and we need to just show them in the snack bar, right? Now I hope it's very clear. Now we just need to pass a text field and a controller in that respective text field, right? So once we do this, and this is the function that we have created, and again we are calling the user login function rather than registration function, right? So let's test how our login feature is working. So I'll just sign up in the app, just write Ayush Gupta, and then I need to just pass the email ID ayush124@gmail.com, and then the password ayush124. Okay, we'll click to this and we'll wait for until our registration function is called, right? And you can see that we have registered successfully and directly navigate to the home page. Now I'll use the same ID just to test like how our login page is working. So I'll just move over here. We just need to pass Ayush, wait, ayush124@gmail.com, and then I'll need to enter the password ayush124. Again you need to pass off secure text to true, so that you can just show the password in much secure form, something like this. Okay, now we'll click to this and let's see how our login page is working. Okay, so I've used the same email ID, and you can see that we have just logged in the app with the same ID that I have signed up in the app. So our email authentication is working brilliantly, as you can see over here. Now here we'll just move to the profile page, and in the profile page, let's wait a second, I haven't added any navigation, so that's why I'm not navigating to the profile page. So I just need to wrap up with a gesture detector, and in the on tap method I just need to pass like navigator dot push. I need to push the user or navigate the user to which page which will like a profile page. So I need to write material page route. We just need to pass a context, and here I just need to pass a profile page, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done. I guess it's correct. Now we'll click to this, and you can see that we have just moved to the profile page, where I click to this add expense, and we can just add an expense, the user expense. So this is the page that we have created. Same we have done for the add income. Okay, so both are add expense, but I'll just need to navigate to add income rather than, yeah. So what I'm going to do is that let's move over here. We just need to write add income. Okay, so it's navigating to the expense page. I can just pass like income. Okay, something like this. Now we'll just move back. We'll click to this, and you can see that we have just add income page. This is a logout and delete account page. Okay, so these are all the things that we have done. I just keep the design so simple so that each and everyone can just develop this page. You won't find any problem to just code this page, right? Now this is the normal image, and I've just added two text field and simple date and all. Yeah, so we'll just move to the expense page, and in the expense page we are going to just And you can also see that there are the respective categories that you can see in the home page as well. This is like shopping, grocery, others, and user can simply click to any of the specific category and can directly add the expense according to the their need. Yeah, so they can just select a date as well, and for the date we have just passed like select date function, something like this. Okay, so these are all the things we have done. But now let's move to the Firebase and let me show you that what all data has been uploaded over here, because we have just tried to sign up in the app, right? So I just need to refresh this page and you will see the users collection with a specific doc ID. So these are the 3 times that I tried to sign up in the app. So you can see that these are all the documents that you can see with a email ID, and you can see that this is the specific ID that we have assigned to Shivam Gupta, right? Now here we will move to the authentication section, and you can see that these are all the email ID that have been used to authenticate in the app. So this is how we can simply upload data to the fast to database, and it's very easy, right? Now here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to manage all the expense over here, and we are going to just show the expense. This is an add expense page. Now on this add expense page we are going to add all the expenses for the respective dates, right? So here you can see that the user will going to simply enter the amount in this respective text field. They will just select a category and the date, right? So I'm going to just write a text editing controller over here so that the user can simply handle the text, that the not handle the text, they can just enter the amount on this respective text field. So I just need to write amount controller is equals to new text editing controller, something like this. New text editing controller, something like this. Now once we have created this controller, now we can just pass this to, okay, so we have already written the amount controller, so we can just remove this from here, and we can just pass the controller to that respective text field to handle the amount, right? And once we do this, we can just pass this to select a respective category. Like you can see that the category that I've added, which is like a shopping, grocery, and others, right? Now these are all the categories that the user need to select, right? Now once we do this, I'm going to select a date, like the user will select a date, and they will just upload a data to that respective users document. I'm telling the users document is because, let me move to the Firebase so that I can explain you whether we are going to where we are going to create the collection, which is like an expense collection, and we are going to add one by one documents in the expense collection, right? So here we move to the users collection, and here you can see that this is a respective document that we have just passed where the Shivam Gupta details, and this is a respective ID that we have given to the Shivam Gupta, right? Now here what I'm going to do is that, for example, if the user will add an expense, we are going to just add that expense to that respective user document. I think so you're getting what I'm trying to explain. Like we are going to match that, whether the user ID match with an ID that where he is just adding the expense, and once we match that, we are going to create a collection name which is like expense collection, and in that expense collection we are going to add all the expenses, right? I hope it's very clear. Now let me show you how we are going to handle that case. You can see that in the database.dart file, I'm going to create a function. So let's copy this function, which is like add user expense. Okay, so this is just a function that we are creating, like add user expense. This is a map that we have just need to pass an ID. So we'll move to the users collection doc ID, and we'll just create one more collection. So we'll just need to pass the collection name, which is like an expense collection dot add method. Okay, dot add method will just add the, not a user info map, we can just pass the map name, which is like an user expense. Okay, user expense. Okay, so this is just a map name we need to pass. It's like an user expense, something like this. Now once we do this, now here what I'm going to do that, okay, so there is some problem. What's really the problem is, first let's save all the file first. Okay, so then we can just see the thing. So I just need to pass, like we need to just add the expense. So I just need to pass wrap with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method, so in the onTap method I just need to pass like this. I need to just create a map, and map is a combination of key and value pair, as I've told you. So I just need to write a string dynamic. You just need to write add expense, which is a map name. So add expense, something like this. And once we do this, I just need to pass the map name. Okay, not a map name, we have just passed the map name. We just need to pass the fields that we need for in this respective map. So for that I'm going to just create first like an amount. So I just need to write amount, something like this. Now to get a text from the amount text field, I mean this text field, I just need to write amount controller dot text. Okay, now the category that they have chosen, so I just need to pass the category, and in the category I just need to pass the category which will like an value, something like this. Then we need to just also show the date that they have selected. Now for the date I'm going to just select this completely, and we are going to just paste it something over here. Okay, so this is what we have just passed, like amount, category and date. Now let's call the function. So for that let's pass like async. So I need to just write async await database methods dot add user expense. Okay, and we need to just pass the map name which is like an add expense. Now I need to just get the user ID. Now you know that through that shared preference, like we have just saved the user ID. Now I'll show you that how we are going to get a data locally by using a shared preference, right? So I just need to write a function name which is like get the shared pref, get the shared pref. Now once we pass this, I just need to write async id is equals to await. We just need to write shared preference helper, which is our class name, dot get user id. I need to just get the user id. I'm going to just pass a set state, something like this, and the init state I'm going to call the get the shared pref function. I think so you know the use of an init state. Like when this expense page will be called, the init state is the first function that usually call. So once the when the user will land to this expense page, we'll get the id, and once we get an id we can use that id, right? So that's a basic idea. Now here I just need to pass like a null check, something like this. Okay, so this is how we can just write a function which is like an add user expense. Now once that expense has been added, I'm going to just show the snack bar just to know that the expense has been added successfully, right? So I just need to copy this respective snack bar from here, and we need to just paste it something over here, and we need to just pass like expense added successfully, expense added successfully, something like this. Now this is what we have just passed, expense added successfully. Now here what I'm going to do is that I'm also going to pass the set state. Now for an example, if they want to add a second expense after adding the first expense, we can just pass like amount controller dot text, and we can just pass the amount controller text to space or empty. We can just like empty this amount text field so that user can enter the another expense, right? So that's a basic idea. Now once we do this, I just need to hot restart this app, and we'll just move to the home page rather than again we don't need to sign up again. So I just need to move to the home page. I will click to this profile page, move to the add expense. Now I just need to add an amount. So for example, if I'll add $100, and we'll just click to shopping category, we'll just select a date to 13, we'll click on OK. Now we'll click to the submit button. Now we'll wait, and you can see that expense added successfully. Now let's see what all data has been added over here. So I need to just refresh this Firebase console page, and you will see that the users collection and expense collection as well. So you can see that this is not ID. Okay, so this is not ID as well. Okay, so this is the ID, and you can see that the users collection, and this is the specific doc ID, and you can see that the expense collection has been created over here. And in this expense collection you will see that the amount that has been added, the category is shopping, the date that we have chosen. So you can see that how we can successfully upload the data to the cloud Firestore. So this was for the expense page. Now we will move to the add income page. For the add income, we just need two things, which is like an amount and a date, right? So here I'm going to just again create a respective text field, not a text field. Text field already has been created. So text editing control is there. So I just need to pass. Okay, it's passed. So here I'll just move, and let's first create the function. So I'll just need to copy this. We'll just paste it over here, which is like add user income, something like this. And here I just need to pass the collection name, which is like an income, something like this. Okay, so this is what we have done. We just need to write user income, which is a map name, user income. Okay, so this is what we have done. We can just pass like user income. Okay, so this is what we have done. Now we'll just move over here. We need to just wrap up this container with a gesture detector, and in the onTap method, I just need to write an async, and here I just need to pass again a map name, which is like a string dynamic. I just need to write a string dynamic. We can just pass like add income, something like this, which is just a map name. Okay, so once we do this, I just need to pass the field name, which is like an amount, and in the amount I just need to pass like amount controller dot text just to get a text. Then I need to pass a date, and we'll write a date, something like this. Now to get the date, I just need to copy this string, then just paste it something over here. Okay, so this is what we have done. We just need to pass await database methods dot add user income. We just need to pass the map name, which is like an add income, then a specific doc id, not a doc id, or you can say a user id as well. So why to write the thing again and again? What I'm going to do is the copy paste work. So I'll just need to copy this, we'll just paste it something over here. Okay, so we can just get an id, and once we get an id, I will just pass the id something like this. Okay, now we need to also show the snack bar that the income has been added successfully, right? So I just need to copy this snack bar from here, and we need to just paste it something over here. Okay, and we need to just pass the text, which is like an income added successfully. Now I need to just hot restart this complete app, and I'll show you that how our income page is working. Now I just need to add the income, which is like $200. We'll just select a date to 17. We'll click on submit, right? Now you can see that income added successfully. Now we can again just pass like amount controller dot text. So I'll just need to pass text state. Amount controller dot text should be empty, right? So that they can enter the another income if they want, right? Now here I'll just need to refresh this Firebase console back again, and once we do this, I just need to wait for a second. Okay, so here you can see that the another collection that has been created, which is like an income collection, and in this income collection the document has been added, which is like an amount and the date that we have selected, right? So this is how you can simply add an expense, add an income. Now let's move back to the home page, and we need to show all the data over here, right? So for the data, we'll just move back to the home page, and what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to get a data for the shopping, grocery and others. So these are the categories where we have just added an expense. So I'm going to just get all the data, and once we get in data, we can just track them, right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move to the expense collection, and through that expense collection and through the respective category, I'm going to calculate all the amounts for that month, like 1 September to 38 September, for example, and we are going to just show that respective expense that they have done for that respective month, right? So these are all the things that we are going to do right now.